Negotiations are underway by Niue government to purchase Matawai Resort, with expectations that the deal will settle soon. According to Tourism Minister and Premier Honourable Tokita Langi, the negotiations are still ongoing.
Well, Matawai hasn't been sold. We've talked to the private shareholders and we've made an offer to them, which they have accepted. Now, what we need to do is take that through to Cabinet. That's negotiated, and take it through the Cabinet for Cabinet's consideration and final approval. Once that's done, then the government will wholly own the Matawai, and then we'll determine what we're going to do with it moving into the future. At this point in time, my thinking is that, and New Zealand's thinking is that we could make some improvements, and therefore we're going to see what we're going to do. But the renovations of Matawai are going to start very soon. It's just the mechanism that we need to use for the funding to be channeled through to Thinga, and that's essentially the things that we're trying to do at the present moment. New Zealand has proposed a trust, and we're examining that at the present time, and I believe in fact it's probably a good way, because it'll mean that funds will be allocated and then allocated quickly out into the thing, so it'll accelerate the pace of development. So let me summarize. We're looking at changing the ownership of Matawai, as you say, and we've negotiated with private shareholders. We're in the process of finalising that through Cabinet, and then we will look at formalising a trust which will be responsible for the developments of Matawai and so on. We're also looking at what the government is going to do with this ownership of Matawai Resort going into the future. The only other thing that I'd like to say is that we've negotiated with the landowners for the adjoining piece of land for new developments, and we're almost reached conclusion on that. It's just a question of now finalising the final details and so on. For the landowners who are adjoining, we will be talking to them, but not just yet. So those are the things, 3 or 4 things that we're going to do going forward from now on.
Niue government has been clear in their pursuit to develop the tourism sector of the island, and this is one of the main investments for government, with assistance from its main donor.
Part of the money will come from New Zealand, and the bulk of the money will come from us.
Does New Zealand want to share in the resort?
At the present moment, we're still trying to figure out how we're going to do that, because it's not as easy. It's not an easy thing for New Zealand to have ownership of a asset. All right. So we've got to figure out how we're going to do that, or if we're going to do that.
The Matawai Resort is currently under local management, but talks of outside management for Niue's only hotel resort is still likely. Details about the negotiations are still not clear, but expected to complete in the coming weeks.